Hello and welcome to New Frontiers Church Daily Devotional. Several years ago, Sam Poe gave an incredibly hope-filled sermon from 1 John. It has stuck with me, and whenever I am grieved by the darkness of this world, I am reminded of his message. The passage he preached from was 1 John 2, verses 7 and 8, which say, "Beloved, I am writing you no new commandment, but an old commandment that you had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word that you have heard. At the same time, it is a new commandment that I am writing to you, which is true in him and in you, because the darkness is passing away and the true light is already shining." This past year, God has whispered this verse to me many times. The darkness is passing away and the true light is already shining. Because when we take stock of things, when we hear of events, we're tempted to despair, to think darkness is growing, evil is everywhere. We can and should mourn these things. But the truth, as John tells us here, is that it is the light that is shining ever brighter. The darkness is fading. Likewise, later John says, "He who is in you is greater than he who is in the world." Yes, God is greater, and his light is shining brighter and brighter. As Ian encouraged us this past Sunday, we will overcome because Jesus is on the throne. If we continue reading on in 1 John, we're told the key to spreading that light. It is love. That is the commandment John is referring to here. He says it's an old commandment to love God and love others, but it's also a new commandment because Jesus brought a clearer understanding to it. The true light, Jesus, has dawned and we know him. We have his truth hidden in us. Our hearts were once in darkness, but by God's grace, we have been brought into the light. But not to keep it to ourselves, but to be that very light, the light in the darkness. We push away the darkness and shine the true light by loving those around us, as Jesus did. But there's a reason God continually had to remind me of this verse, that the darkness is passing away. The enemy uses that fear to demobilize us, causing us to circle the wagons and protect ourselves. But we have a hope, and the hope that we have is the hope of the world. As 1 John 2:2 says, "He is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours but also for the sins of the whole world." He is after every heart. So let us be caught up in his vision, that all may see the true light. And we can start right now by loving those the people in our homes, in our neighborhoods, in our communities. So I pray this verse bolsters you, as it often does me, to keep fighting the darkness with love through Jesus and for his glory, because his light is one that cannot be extinguished. Bless you today.